Right, the first story and the big story that we're discussing today is the latest as far as the G20 summit is concerned. It's underway in Brazil's Rio de Janeiro. Prime Minister Modi has also held several key bilaterals that have taken place today. In fact, India, US, China and France were among the top leaders at the G20, and leaders discussed trade, climate change and international security as the primary areas of focus. As far as India is concerned, its message was one earth, one family and one future. Very clearly, that's what it focused on. And Prime Minister Modi urged the G20 members to prioritize the challenges that the global South countries face. He also said that as far as global conflicts are concerned, climate challenges are concerned, they are felt most acutely by the countries of global South. And as I said, this is at the G20, at the sidelines of the G20. Prime Minister Modi also held talks with his Italian counterpart, as well as the UK counterpart, and also the French President Macron as well. All right, let's get in Patsy of Voice of America to really fill us in terms of what all happened today at the G20, especially given the fact that the communique focused on comprehensive ceasefires in both Gaza and Lebanon. But the question really is it enough?
Hi there. Hi. Sorry. Yes, here I am in Rio de Janeiro, where the leaders are just starting to begin their day. And you mentioned the final communique. This is the leaders' statement that came out early this morning in Rio, Tuesday. And on Ukraine, it really is not the kind of strong statement that, at least from U.S. and Western perspective, want. So this is very similar to the summit statement in New Delhi at the G20 that India hosted last year. It highlights the war in Ukraine, the human suffering, as well as the negative impact of the war on global energy and food security, on global inflation, and so on. But there is absolutely no condemnation of Russia. This is, of course, similar to New Delhi, but very different than in Bali, G20 Bali 2022, where there was no leaders communique on this issue precisely because of divisions between the G7 leaders and the rest of the G20. Now, on Gaza, the statement highlights similar suffering by the Palestinians and the negative impact of the war, and supported a comprehensive ceasefire in Gaza and in Lebanon. It also affirmed Palestinian rights to self-determination and a pathway towards a two-state solution. What I found notable about this statement on Gaza is that there is no mention of Israel's right to self-defense, which is something that the U.S. has always pushed for in various global forums. So overall, I would say that the G20 is, of course, made up not only of U.S. and Western allies in the G7, but also Russia and China, as well as the countries of the global South. So it's a very diverse group. It's no wonder that these kinds of leader statement really just underlines,
Right,
the lowest hanging fruit and the lowest common denominator. But from U.S. and Western perspective, this is not a statement that prioritizes their issues on Ukraine, on Gaza. It's not highlighted under their global conflict priorities.
All right, let's leave it there, Patsy. Thanks much for breaking that down for us. Patsy joining us live from Rio de Janeiro.